Hi everyone, and welcome to Mums Like Us, where we've had a few weeks off, but now we're back, and today we're going to have a travel-focused Mums Like Us because we've both been away. I'm joined today by Nadine Hill, as you can see from Juggle Mum blog. Hi Nadine, good to see you again.
Hi Mari.
We're back doing this. It seems ages since we did our last one.
Seems ages since our last hangout, and I have to say, I mean, like, you look pretty foxy today. I have to say, you're looking very foxy there. I feel a little bit like a ghost in comparison to you. But the thing is, you went on holiday at home, you had a staycation, and I went to Europe.
I know.
And I haven't.
Mine's out of a powder box, though.
I need a powder box.
So, as I was saying earlier, we've both been away for half term. Holidays that I really look forward to, especially with starting up school and it gets really hectic. And I think that's a really good break to enjoy as a family. So tell me a little bit where you went to.
Oh, Mari, we had a fabulous time. We went to the Costa Brava for October half term.
Fantastic.
And like you say, for when you're mums like us, you know, it's the last big holiday before Christmas. And obviously at Christmas, it's usually taken up, isn't it, with visits to relatives, and there's so much to do, Christmas parties and things. So it was really nice to get together in October half term and enjoy each other's company and have a bit of a chill. So we went to the Costa Brava, and the resort we went to was Platja de Aro.
All right, so where on the Costa Brava are we talking? Near Barcelona, an hour from Barcelona?
Can my map be seen? I'm not.
Ooh, check you out.
Well, look, I'm not sure how clear it is on this hangout, but this is the Costa Brava coastline all the way up here. It's about an hour and 20 minutes drive from Barcelona. That was the airport we flew into. Girona Airport is nearer to the resort where we went, but we couldn't get a direct flight from Manchester to Girona. However, I have it on good authority that a new flight path will open up next year. So
where did you fly from?
We flew from Manchester Airport.
Okay.
And we got a flight into Barcelona. But from next year, my understanding is that you will be able to get a flight from Manchester to Girona, which is nearer to where we were. But it was just an hour and 20 minutes drive, so not too bad at all.
Excellent. Did you manage to stop in Barcelona on either there or back?
We didn't, because we were there for a week and we had so much we wanted to pack in.
Yeah.
We were hoping to try and get to Barcelona, but given the distance that it was, we played a bit closer to home while we were there.
And we'll find all about that in a minute, won't we?
Yes, we will. So tell me about you, Mari. Where did you go?
Well, we had a staycation. We stayed in Cornwall, okay? And we were invited by a company called Trevella Park, who have this fabulous just open space, which is pretty close to Newquay, literally a 5-minute drive to Newquay. So, of course, with your staycation, you've got to load the car and drive there, which is, you know, it's always a bit of a nuisance, you know, with the M25 and then the M3 but we made it. It was a long journey, I suppose, from Kent, which is on the other side of the country, to Newquay. It probably took us about 6-7 hours. We left about 8 o'clock and we got there, let's say 2:30, 3, something like that. It wasn't that bad, but it does sort of add on to your holiday and how tired you are that first day. Trevella Park have got lodges, they've got glamping safari tents, or they've got what we had because we took our dog, you see, so a caravan, and it was very, very comfortable indeed. It was a 2-bedroom static caravan, and it looked, all of the caravans are like on a park with a children's play park in the middle and the swimming pool. Of course, the swimming pool wasn't open this time of year, which was it's outdoor, but you can see in the summer it'd be absolutely fantastic because you can stay in your van or on the grass outside, and the kids are literally just over there, a stone's throw. So it was very, very.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and you can also take your own caravan if people have got caravans, because they have other fields as well. And they've got a huge lake for fishing in, and there were these beautiful wooden lodges around the edge. So
sounds lovely.
Eh?
It sounds lovely. It sounds like you say, if in the summer you can be enjoying a bottle of wine in your sort of just on the outside of your caravan and watching the children, and they can make friends with all of the other kids in the area. That sounds really nice.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was really nice. And each caravan, each static has like a balcony area with a table and chairs. So like you say, it's all very comfortable, I must admit. And the kitchen had everything we could possibly need. And the beauty, because we were taking the dog, is we went in and they'd set a dog bed with a dog bowl and some treats and some poop bags. And he had his own little welcome package. How cool is that?
That is so sweet. That really is. The thing is, I bet, is it a family-run place, Mari?
Do you know, I'm not sure, but I did get that feeling because we've been invited through PR, so I don't know if it's family run. I haven't had any press releases on that, but certainly as you're working there, it does feel very sort of a tight-knit business. You know, it's not one of these mega corporate things, and there's a lot of little things that you experience whilst you're there that gives you that feeling that there's been that little bit of extra thought on, you know, of your comfort during your stay. The gardens, Nadine, oh my goodness, they are beautiful. There's just one great gardener at Travella Park, trust me.
Wow, and did you take any photos? Have you been Instagramming from while you were away?
I did Instagram a lot whilst I was away, and I took lots of photos, and now I'm going to be writing up my posts, and hopefully I'll get one up today, and that will be on Travella Park. And then, as we're going to talk later about things to do when you're in the area, I thought that would be a good one. So tell me about you. Where did you stay, other than, you know, Playa de, what was it called? Playa de?
It was Platja de Aro. I'm saying it in the Catalan way. Platja de Aro. That's it. It was beautiful resort, very cosmopolitan. It's the kind of place where the locals, the Spanish, would go there for their holidays. Oh. And then you've got so it's yes, it has tourism, and yes, there are people from different nationalities who holiday there, but I'd say the Spanish go on holiday there as well, and sort of a lot of villa-owning North Europeans are in the area.
That's always a very good sign for me. If the locals go on holiday there, it's got to be a good place because they know where to go.
Absolutely, they know the best spots. So it was fabulous from that respect. It has a massive beach, and the hotel we stayed at was called Hotel Bel Repos. Now this is a family-run place, which is why I wondered about yours, because the things that you'd said about the touches, the bag for the doggy, you know, on arrival. The hotel really looked after us very well. They put a fruit basket in our room on arrival, which was so sweet.
Yeah, lovely.
We'd had such a long journey. I mean, it's only Manchester to Barcelona. It's only 2 hours, 35 minutes. It's not that long. But then when you add on being at the airport a few hours in advance, and then the hour and 20 minutes drive from Barcelona, and then the hour it took us to get from home to Manchester, it all starts to stack up.
It's more or less the same at the end of the day, what we did, isn't it? From the departure from home to the arrival, we both did more or less the same time period.
Yeah, it probably is, absolutely. So by the time we got to our hotel room, we were all starving because, you know, I just don't do aeroplane food. I wasn't into a pot noodle snack for my lunch, so we held on so that we could eat when we got to the resort, and we were starving, and they put this lovely fruit basket in the room, and I was so grateful for it. I ate all the bananas straight away.
Good for you.
It was a lovely hotel. It was a 2-star hotel. I'd say it was a very, very good 2-star hotel, because the star rating goes on facilities and things like that, doesn't it? So the hotel didn't have a swimming pool, for example, which if it had, it would have had a higher star rating. But the fact is, they don't really need one. They're a block from the beach. They're a block from the town, the main town centre. They're so well located for a nice holiday, and the staff, Sonia is the owner, and her team really couldn't have done enough for us. I'd love to stay there again.
Tell me, were you in a family room, or did you have 2 rooms? How were you sort of?
We lucked out big style, because Mary, your girls about 7, are they?
Yes.
In age? Yeah, so about 7. So it's a fabulous age that they're not toddlers, but they can afford to be in their own room if necessary, if that's what you want. Well, my youngest is 8 and my daughter is 12. And when we got to the room, they'd put us in the family room, so we knew that we'd have a double bed for myself and my husband, and then we knew we'd have 2 singles. Yeah. When we got into the room, it was almost like a suite, if you could. I mean, a suite makes it sound very posh and grand, and it wasn't posh and grand in that respect, but it was very well. That everything was there that we needed facilities wise. So you walked in the main door, and to the right there was a bedroom with 2 single beds for our children, and then we had our own room, so we got some privacy, which was lovely.
Brilliant. And of course you had your ensuite, didn't you? So
we had the bathroom as well, yeah. So it was like a family bathroom, and then our master bedroom, and then the children's room, all in this one. You access it through the one door, and then there was a terrace outside as well, but we didn't go on it, being this time of year. It wasn't, the sun didn't get to that spot. So, but also, if people are traveling, these days people are having more and more children. I mean, we're a family of 4, so we're fairly easy to accommodate in hotels. But if you've got a larger family, this particular hotel, the room that we stayed in, I'd say it would do up to a family of 7.
Wow.
Yeah, it's massive, because it actually had 6 beds. So like you'd have your mum and dad in the master bed, and then in the corner of our bedroom was a bunk bed with 2 further single beds.
Oh wow.
And then the children had a room with their single bed, so there's beds there for 4 children. And I say 7 though, because the bed that we slept in was big enough. If you had a toddler who wanted to get in the middle, they could quite easily do that. So but if you've got a large family, go for it, because it was brilliant to see that they could be accommodated. I know my cousin has 3 children, so they're a family of 5, and they often struggle to find accommodation.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really nice. Well done, Sonia. Is Sonia British or is she Catalan?
No, she is Catalan. She's and she is so lovely, and she really helped me with because I love languages and I love accent. I mean, I just love accents and languages and all of that, and I try and join in, and it's all in good fun. And but I know a few words, but she was helping me with other words. Every time I walked past, I'd go hola. And
did the kids pick any Spanish up?
Maybe a little bit. Nothing really that I didn't already know, but I mean, I know kind of very basic. No, I'll tell you what, I did pick up one word that I didn't know. Do you know what a bikini is, Mari?
Well, a bikini costume, I'm thinking.
That's what I would think too, but apparently in this restaurant in Platja de Aro, it's a cheese and ham toasty. I had a few bikinis.
Oh, it sounds lovely. What kind of things did you go and do throughout the week?
Oh, Mari, do you know what we did? I've never done this before, but we went on a Segway. Have you ever been on a Segway?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
Oh my God, you would love it. I felt like James Bond on a Segway.
Does it feel like you're going to fall off?
No, it's fabulous. It's I suppose I'd liken it to skiing, in that when you ski, not that I ski very much, but I have put on a pair of skates before.
Yeah.
So you get in you sort of use your body to maneuver yourself. You bend to the left and the right. That's how you operate a Segway. So you stand on it, and if you tilt slightly to the right, that's the direction you'll go.
Right. Okay.
And so you sort of work from your hips, and if you want to go forward, you just gently push your hips a bit forward and you'll go, but it only has to be gentle. It's very subtle. And if you want to reverse, you just slightly lean back and it reverses. So I really enjoyed it. The kids
picked it up really quick as well.
The kids picked it up really well. The only thing is, our son, we had to get him weighed, because you've got to be a minimum of 30 kilograms to go on the Segway.
Please tell me he was enough.
Well, he was 26 point something kilograms, but we were a little naughty and we didn't actually tell them that, you know, the people who were
big bags on him.
We put him a backpack on the back and we put all of our coats in the backpack to weigh him down a bit.
Poor child.
He was fine, but he was great. He picked it up and he loved it. So I've actually got a video that we shot when we were going round the streets of this little remote village where we did the Segway operation from, and I had my camcorder and everybody was in front of me, including Victor, our instructor, and we were zooming through the streets. This is what I mean about James Bond. I felt like I was on a car chase, you know, zooming through the streets, and I'm filming it on my camcorder, and I'm going to put this up on my YouTube channel next week, and put it in a blog post because it was fantastic. The Segway company were brilliant.
I'll have to do that.
Would you enjoy that, do you think?
Oh God, yeah, definitely. I've seen on the television, I think who's the guy who was long, and he was one of those like skateboard things.
Yeah, I think they're called swegways.
Yeah, something very
similar. Yeah, it was great though. We really enjoyed it. So did you do anything exciting like that, Mari?
Well, we did, because as I was saying, this Trevella Park is perfectly situated. It's just outside Newquay. So of course we did the trip to Fistral Beach. Have you heard of that before?
No, Cornwall is somewhere
paradise. So Paul and the kids put their wetsuits and got their belly boards out, and they were surfing at Fistral Beach. And then we went all the way down to Land's End, not on the same day, I hasten to add, with dirty wetsuits. But we went to Land's End, and there's been a lot of controversy about Land's End because I think basically in the start it was just huge fields and these little white houses, and that was it. You got there, you took your photo of the white sign, with the iconic white sign, and of course it's the start point for anybody doing Land's End to John O'Groats.
Yes.
So you can have your photo taken there as well, and you park your car and you pay £5. And some people say, oh God, £5 for parking in a field, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to see all of those green fields tarmacked over. I was quite happy to leave my car. It was not exactly a field, it's stoned over, but I thought that was better than tarmac in such a beautiful natural area. Yeah. And of course, what they have done is the centre, they've built up a lot of like theme park ideas. So you can go and see Shaun the Sheep, and you could go and see a 4D movie, and you can go and see something about King Arthur. There's all these possibilities, but you don't have to do them, okay? It's a choice you make. You can just go to Land's End, pay your £5 car park, and then you can walk the coastal path. And if you look out to sea, you can see some, I didn't, but on a good day you can see seal, dolphins, whales. You know, the amount of birds that are down there, apparently. I mean, I'm not a bird watcher, so, you know, one's the same as another to me. But it was really, really beautiful. And we did sort of walk along the coast a little bit. I did try to periscope, but there was no reception. So, I know, how frustrating. I'd written all of my title, started to film, and lost connection.
Oh, no. Oh, never mind. But I'm assuming you got plenty of photographs of this.
I did, and I shall be writing up a post. So the other things we did, we went to a place called the Minik Theater. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't. I know not very much about Cornwall, I have to say.
Well, it's something that I would recommend you go and see. It was a lady called Rowena Coe, and she's not with us anymore. She died about 90 years old, and it was probably in the 90s, but she spent her life and she built this outdoor theatre, like an amphitheatre, and it is just breathtaking. It's on the cliff. So when they're on stage, you can, if you look on my Instagram today, I put up the Minik Theatre stage this morning, and you've got these doors behind you just going out to the deep blue sea, which it's very, very suggestive. And it's just beautiful, and it's been going for about, I don't know, 60 years, this Minik Theatre. And in the summer they do productions. They do kiddie ones in the morning, and they do adult ones in the evening. And I just think it must be beautiful to sit there and, you know, watch the actors on this stage in such a beautiful setting.
Absolutely, that would really add to the performance as well, wouldn't it? The environment that they're in, and oh wow, it sounds like you had a fabulous time.
Oh, we did, and I mean this theatre, you'd think, oh God, 2 7-year-olds are going to be bored stiff, but actually they thoroughly enjoyed it. It's very, very steep, and there was a lot of walking, but they really had a lot of fun there. They were tired afterwards, I must admit. And there's so much more you can do, because afterwards we went to another little place, which is a tiny little port just around the coast, and it's called Mousehole. And only when you're driving with your car do you understand why, because the roads are like that. They're just tiny. Oh, if you get someone coming the other way, it's like, oh my God, what do we do now?
I hope there's passing places.
Not in the town centre.
No?
So you go right down to the harbour and you park your car, and then you literally go out on another road, and it's a bit, touch and go whether you get out or not. But it was beautiful, very, very well worth the visit. And I think we ate there actually in a little pub on the harbour.
Oh, nice. And so what was the food like on your holiday?
Oh God, it was great. I mean, we had to tick the Cornish tea box. We had to tick the Cornish pasties. Fish and chips, of course. Fish and chips. You can't go to the coast without ordering fish and chips one time.
Definitely. Completely agree. And definitely on the Cornish tea thing. I'm with you on that.
And also Cornwall do a lot of their own brews. So we had, what's it called? Droombar Ale. That was really nice. They do lots of ciders, and another one I think was called Betty Stoggs, which I just like the name, so I ordered that. And it was very nice, actually. I must admit, it was really nice. I was pleased with it.
Did you have a pint of real ale then, Mary?
I did, yes. I did, with my fish and chips.
Excellent. Oh wow. Well, do you know, the food where we were in Costa Brava was really good. We had tapas when we were there.
I love tapas.
I know, so do I. I have to say, we do enjoy getting all the little dishes and sharing. Yeah. And we had a day when we were there, when we went into Girona, and we met up with Gemma from the Costa Brava.
Okay. Yeah, I know Gemma.
She's lovely, isn't she? And we went to tapas, and she suggested this place, and we thought, well, she's a local, she knows where the best places are. And it was a restaurant in the Hotel Carlemani. I hope I've pronounced it right. It was absolutely lovely, and we said, oh, you sort of order what you think, because we didn't really know, other than patatas bravas, which I always have to have. We let her order it, and it was really delicious. So definite tick in the box.
Did the kids like it too?
The kids, my daughter did. My son's always a bit fussy though, so we tend to do him separately. We'll get him something we know he'll like. I think he just had a portion of chips that day. I'm not sure about it.
They do meatballs, which are really nice.
Yeah, meatballs are lovely. We didn't actually get meatballs when we were there, though. We got some kind of squid rings.
I love those. Yeah.
What else did we get? Some kind of cheese. They were like cheese croquettes almost.
Okay. Yeah.
And, we got some gorgeous breads and cheeses. She got different pizzas and things, and it was lovely. Really nice. And we met her the day before they had a bank holiday in Girona, and I said to her, because the bank holiday was on Thursday the 29th,
right?
And I said, isn't that a funny day for a bank holiday? In the UK, we have our bank holidays on a Monday usually, don't we? Yeah. And so we tack it onto the weekend. And she said, no, it's always on the 29th. It's always on that date. So wherever the 29th falls, that's when the bank holiday is, regardless of whether it's in the middle of the week.
But was that a Catalan holiday or was it a national holiday?
Oh, that's a good question, Mary. I don't know if it was just a Catalan holiday. I'm just having a look.
Usually Europe have the 1st of November off because it's All Saints' Day.
Right, okay. Well, no, I think it was I don't know. I'm going to say I'm not sure. But you know what they did do in Girona? They're very world famous for their castels, their human castels, and these are human towers.
Oh, did you see one?
Yeah, well, we saw them preparing for one, and I didn't see one live because obviously we were there the day before the
Yeah.
Holiday. So we saw them all preparing and putting the stage out. However, whilst we were in the Costa Brava, do you know she's a travel blogger, Greta from
Yes, I do know Greta. Yeah.
So she has recorded a video of, she saw them doing the human towers, going up the stairs to Girona Cathedral, and she put that on her blog.
Oh, fantastic. That's Mums Do Travel, isn't it, Greta's blog?
Greta,
I'll have a look at that after this hangout.
Because she captured them going up this, and it was fabulous. And she actually was the one who said to me, oh, you must go see the human towers, it looks great. So, but we ended, the timing of our visit was that we were there the day before the bank holidays.
Oh, because we went to Costa Brava, what was it, a year or two ago now, and that was to a place called Estartit and Roses, two very, very beautiful destinations on the Costa Brava.
I really want to explore Roses. We didn't get chance on this visit to go up to Roses. Was a lot further north than where we were, and it looks amazing. I've seen a few brochures, and very, very pretty coastline, but no, we stayed at sort of, I suppose, more southern, but we did go to a place, I must just tell you about this, Mari. It's called Calella de Palafrugell.
Right.
It's a little, would I call it a village? I suppose I'd call it a village on the coastline, not far from Platja de Aro, where we were.
Right.
It was almost like a discovery. It was like, you know, when you go somewhere and you think nobody else knows about this. That was what it was like. It was
wow.
We went and we did, on the day that we went, it was really sunny, and I think it must have got to about 24 degrees. We were sat out on the beach in our swimwear, and it was like a very intimate cove beach, quite small, and there was lots of locals there in their swimwear. So I'm not saying we were the only tourists, but there wasn't many tourists other than us. There was a few families, but it was a lot of locals. And then they had several restaurants on the beachfront, and these restaurants were packed, as you can imagine. And people were just enjoying good food. I had this beautiful, what did they call it? It was like a mango salad. Yeah, it had cheeses in it and different, and it was, you know, obviously everything was fresh and beautiful. And I took a photo of it, and I'm going to make sure I put that in a blog post or an Instagram at some stage, just to show how gorgeous it was. But we enjoyed an ice cream on the beach, and then we had a long leisurely lunch, and it was a very, very pretty place. That was Calella de Palafrugell. It was beautiful. I'd definitely go again.
Fantastic. Well, we think we've done food. We did. Did you have a sangria? Did you have a paella?
Actually, no. I didn't do either of those things. No, I didn't. I have to say, I mean, I'm not a massive drinker, really. I have to say, I do enjoy a cheeky bit of Prosecco or an Asti Spumante I enjoy, but I didn't really have anything like that. However, one thing that I did do, we went to a restaurant on Halloween, because we were there over Halloween. Right. And it was on the main street of Platja de Aro, and it's a restaurant called Levant. And we ate there one night. And the reason we went there is because we went there on the first or second night. And while we were dining, we saw this, they had these TV screens outside, and they were playing music videos. And then every once in a while, a video would come up for Halloween. And it was a scary clown was like in the restaurant with this great big butcher's knife, walking around like scary and chopping things up. And we were like, oh my God, they filmed that here. They filmed their own TV ad about Halloween, and it was all very spooky. It was like a movie trailer. And we thought, I bet they're going to do something really fun on Halloween. So we went back on Halloween, and this scary ass clown came out, and like, my son wasn't even bothered. He posed for a photo with him, but it was proper scary. I got a great photo of them.
Oh, brilliant. They really get the spirit of things, don't they?
I must admit, I mean, I know Halloween is getting bigger and bigger in the UK as well. But in Europe, they really go for it. I mean, the stores were decorated. There was pumpkin bunting everywhere. People dressed up. It was really amazing. So did you do Halloween in Cornwall?
Well, it was the Saturday, and we were travelling back So we got home and did a local trick and treat with the girls just to pacify them and keep them happy, and they enjoyed that. And you know, after an hour they had buckets full of sweets and they were more than happy to come home. So we've got a year or two, I think, before we have to go and do something any more exciting than that, thank goodness.
Excellent. So what else did you do when you were there then? You've been to your Land's End and your theatre. Was there anything, were you there for the full week then, or just less?
We were there for a whole week. I tell you, another place that we went to see was called Cornwall Gold. And it was about, I think, half an hour from Newquay, and it's a huge place. It's free parking. You go. It's free entry as well. You go in, you can buy gold. There's some beautiful jewellery, all made on the site, and there's an old tin mine, and that's where it all stems from, really. The history of the place is this old tin mine that they used to use for the tin, and they still do some jewellery with the tin. I can't remember the name of the tin mine off the top of my head, Tingle or something like that. But also, they've got a couple of attractions there for the kids, and they've got a little shop with local produce, but one of the attractions was panning for gold. So, of course,
yes,
the girls did their panning for gold, and they're really, really clever because they put lots of, you know, cheap gems in the sand.
Nice.
Yes, so they're finding pink. Oh, Mummy, look, pink, blue, purple, yellow. They loved it. They loved it. And they came out with little bags full of these gems. You know, you've got, I think, I don't know, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever it was, for your couple of quid. And the guy just said to us, you're not to use your hands, obviously, because otherwise you dive in and pick up all the gems, and that's not the fun, is it? But there were plenty there for the girls to get a little packet together. It was a lot of fun.
Excellent. And I saw that you'd Instagram that. I remember during the holiday I was looking through my Instagram and I saw you'd done something on that, hadn't you?
Yes, definitely. And there's just one other place actually that I'd love to mention that we went to see, and it's very, very popular. It's the Lost Gardens of Heligan. Have you ever heard of them?
No, what's the Lost Gardens of Heligan?
Nadine, that's fantastic. Basically, there was a local family, and they looked after this huge estate, and they were passionate gardeners, and they looked after the land, and they had animals to help them. And then, I don't know, it must have been the wars or something, but it all disappeared. And it was only one day, about 25 years ago, somebody found a door and opened it. Can you imagine? Just like walking into the secret garden, and they found everything. Now, of course, it needed a lot of work, and they spent a hell of a lot of time and effort and money clearing it all up and restoring it to its natural beauty. We went there and we did the Halloween trail. Now, I assume they will do other trails throughout the year, but it takes you through the woods, and they've got little pigs who just, you know, in the forest eating and just going around together as a family. There's ponies. There's a beautiful maiden made out of mud, and she's lying. Do you know that? Have you ever seen it in the magazines or anything?
No, I can't. Well, I've not heard of this place before. It sounds
it's lovely. Cornwall is well worth a visit. It was a real. There's so much to do. There was so much more that we could have done, but of course, you know, time's restricted. But the Lost Gardens of Heligan is definitely one that I would put my stamp on and say go and see that, definitely.
Fantastic. I have to say, a week just isn't long enough to get round everything, is it? We found that as well. I mean, in the Costa Brava, did you know they've got 67 beaches along their coast?
You can't get around that lot, can you? You're just going to have to go back.
I'm going to have to go back again. 67 beaches. But where we were, it was the biggest, like, I think it's called Platja Gran or Gran Platja. It's the biggest one in Platja Dara where we were. But there was just so much to do. We did actually take one day trip to a local town called Blanes. And that's known locally as kind of one of the gardens of the Mediterranean. It's very beautiful.
Okay.
I got a really nice Instagram there. I was quite pleased with that. I've hashtagged everything that I took over there in Costa Brava. I've hashtagged it in Costa Brava, so you can have a look. But I'm going to put, that's actually gone on a blog post I think that's going on my blog post next week. But I did a blog post on jugglemum.co.uk today, which tells you about getting to Costa Brava and also the Hotel Bel Repos where we stayed. But Blanes is somewhere I would like to revisit because we went in October. It's the end of their season. It was very calm and beautiful. But in July, do you know, they have an international fireworks competition every July. And look at this photo. I've got this photo of it.
Wow, look at that.
That is in Blanes. And they recently, this year, they hosted their 45th international fireworks competition.
And?
So, well, I'm not sure who won, but I would have said they should win. I mean, it's amazing. But, you know, 45 years of a fantastic, spectacular display. And obviously at the height of the season in July. So I think it's somewhere I'm going to have to go back to.
Definitely.
In the summer months.
Okay, I think that about rounds our first travel vlog up, doesn't it?
It certainly does. I mean, there's just so much to say. We could have probably split this into 2 or 3 hangouts. There's so much to talk about, but it's been wonderful hearing all about Cornwall, Mary. You've actually taught me a lot that I didn't know. It's not a place that I've explored in much detail, so I'm going to have to plan a family trip there, I think.
Right. You might have to do that, and I shall hope to get to the Costa Brava again because I'd love to go back. I really would.
Excellent.
Okay, everybody, that wraps it up for today. We thank you for joining us, and we hope you've gained some lots of information on our 2 places, the Costa Brava and Cornwall in England. And see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.